Hey, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Pitta. So, I was actually supposed to make this video a couple weeks ago. This was supposed to be my little apology video for not posting a lot of videos around the time that I was supposed to post it. And, I kind of wanted to make it up for y'all by, confessing, having a little story time of like a funny, embarrassing story that I had pretty much. But around that time, the Popeye's chicken sandwich craze actually happened. And I was like, yo, I gotta make a video on this Popeye's chicken sandwich. And then after that, Hurricane Dorian came, and then I was like, yo, I gotta make a skit about how Floridians react to these hurricanes, because like I live in Florida and I just wanted to make a little funny skit. But, I thought to myself, it ain't too late to apologize to y'all, you know what I mean? It ain't too late. So I wanted to tell a story, an embarrassing story about how I got catfished. Yes, I've been catfished before, and in the most embarrassing way possible. I'm not proud of it, but hey, it is what it is. But before I get started on this video, I want you guys to like, share, comment, and subscribe on the video. And yeah, let's get this video started. So, to start this video, we got to take it all the way back to 2012. This is when this all occurred, and 2013, but we'll get to that later. But it all started in 2012. I was 18 years old. This was literally a year after I graduated high school. I was still a child. I still had the mind of a child. I really wasn't exposed to much BS in my life, you know what I mean? So I was naive to the fact that there could be some dickhead out there, posing as a completely other person on the internet. And this was actually about 6 months before Catfish premiered. So there wasn't really this limelight on people, posing as a completely other person on the internet. You know what I mean? I was an innocent dude and I didn't really know better. And this is actually around the time that I got started on Twitter. And let's be honest, the only reason why people go on Twitter is just so they could bitch and complain and to vent and say whatever's on their mind when they don't have nobody to talk to. And that's what I did on Twitter. And I don't know exactly how it happened, but I ended up talking to this girl named Gigi. Now, Gigi, she was this Hispanic chick, real pretty, long hair, a nice body and everything. She actually lived in New York, you know what I mean? So I thought that was real cool that, I'm talking to a chick that lived in New York, you know what I mean? And she was a little bit older than me, so I thought that was cool. I'm like, hey, I got me an older chick. Hey, that's what's up, man. Yeah, but yeah, I don't know how it happened, but we ended up talking to each other. Things just hit off, and we just started tweeting to each other, being up into each other's DMs and stuff like that. She'll be tweeting me and talking about how, I'm her best friend and how I mean the world to her and how, she really likes me. And I used to be favoriting the tweets, you know what I mean? But we're gonna get back to those favorited tweets later on in this video. But yeah, next thing you know, we ended up exchanging numbers, you know what I mean? We would end up talking, we'd be talking, texting, flirting with each other and stuff like that. We'd even hop on the phone, but we're gonna get back to those phone calls later. And I just really enjoyed talking to her. She was just real cool to me. And it didn't really cross my mind that this could be a fake person. This could be a completely fake person just tricking the fuck out of me. It really didn't cross my mind. It did, but I kind of didn't want to ruin the moment that I was having. There were a few red flags. There definitely were a few things that kind of, did tick me off that this person might not be a real person. I remember we were having a phone conversation and she brought up some girl that I used to talk to, you feel me? She was like, hey, did you used to talk to this girl named such and such and such? And I was thinking to myself like, how the hell do you know this girl? Keep in mind, she lives in New York and I live in Florida, specifically in a small town called Avon Park. I'm thinking to myself, how the hell do you know that I used to talk to this girl, bruh? I never even mentioned this girl on my social media, nothing before. But like I said, I didn't want to ruin the moment. I was 18 years old. I just liked the fact that I was talking to this, fine ass chick. Because at the time, you know, she was the prettiest girl I talked to. You feel me? I'm not even gonna lie. Yeah, but, you know, we used to be texting each other, flirting with each other, and just having a good time with each other. You know, as far as talking goes, we used to even, you know, exchange pictures with each other. One of those pictures may have been, you know, it may have been a dick pic. I know that's TMI, but that dick pic is actually a very important part of this story. So we'll actually get back to that later. But yeah, fast forward to 2013. You know, we're still talking to each other, but you know, it's still an on and off thing. I didn't catch like crazy feelings for her because it just don't make no sense catching feelings for some girl that lived in New York, you know what I mean? She was just my little fantasy. She was just a girl that, you know, I really enjoyed talking to. And if she had just so happened to move to Florida, she would definitely be having my babies. But yeah, we still kept in contact with each other. It was kind of like an on and off thing, but we still kept in contact. So there was actually this guy that used to live in the town that I used to stay at. For reasons of this video, we're just gonna call him Dimitri. And Dimitri was this guy that I used to see around the town that I used to stay in, you know, and it was just a, hey, how you doing, what's up, you know, exchange a few laughs, you know what I mean? I wasn't too close with him, but, you know, I'd still say what's up to him. You know, I'd mainly see him at the high school sports event because, you know, at the small town that I stayed at, high school sports events was a real big deal, and that's where you went to see everybody. So one day, Dimitri actually ended up messaging me on Facebook. He hit me up and he's like, hey, yo, do you know Gigi? And I'm thinking to myself like, hell yeah, I do know Gigi. He pretty much was saying all this stuff about, yeah, that was my homegirl back when I used to live in New York. We used to vibe and we used to kick it all the time. And, you know, I thought it was real cool. Because I thought I was just some weird ass dude talking to some random ass chick that lived in New York. Because at the time, you know, you used to be considered a cornball if you were just trying to talk to some random girl on the internet. Now everybody hopping in every girl DMs nowadays. But anyways, I thought it was real cool that another person, you know, that knew Gigi, someone that I could talk to about Gigi and, you know, let the person know like, yo, I like this girl. Like if she lived in Florida, you know, I'd be with her. You know what I mean? I thought it was real cool. So a couple days later, or maybe a week later, I don't even really know. You know, of course, we were talking about Gigi again, and he brought up about how Gigi told him about how, you know, we would be flirting with each other and sending each other pictures and stuff like that. And I'd be like, yeah, we do that, you know. And he tells me, yeah, I know. Gigi sent me a picture of your dick. And I'm thinking to myself like, what the fuck? I'm like, why the hell would this girl send a picture of my dick to a whole nigga, you feel me? Bruh, I send it to you, a girl. You have a vagina. Like, why would you think I'd be okay with you sending a dick pic to a whole dude? I thought that was just some weird ass shit. I thought that she violated me, and I never talked to her or Dimitri ever again. At the time, I ain't really like confrontation, so I didn't argue with them or nothing like that. I just ghosted them, and I never spoke to them ever again. Fast forward to 2016. 2016, I actually just got done dealing with a very serious health situation. A health situation that actually almost took my life. I ended up having surgery and officially got the health situation corrected. There will be a video on that situation, by the way. And, you know, after this surgery, my doctor tells me that I'm not allowed to drive my car or to go back to work for 3 months. So pretty much I was just stuck in the house on bed rest with nothing to do. So what do you do when you have nothing to do? You go on Twitter to bitch and complain and talk shit. Pretty much I just had a lot on my mind, didn't really have nobody to talk to. And you know, I just went on Twitter so I could vent and just say whatever's on my mind. I'm pretty much talking to myself. So pretty much I wanted to go down memory lane. And, you know, I was just going down my favorited, you know, tweets. When you favorite a tweet on Twitter, now they're called liked tweets. Pretty much it archives all the tweets that you favorited, and it pretty much keeps it there forever for you to be able to view all the tweets that you you pretty much favorited. And, you know, I was just scrolling down, you know, just laughing at all the tweets that I favorited and stuff. I mainly favorited like funny tweets and stuff like that. And I'm scrolling down lower, and it's saying that I favorited a bunch of tweets from Dimitri. I thought it was weird as hell because, you know, I don't remember favoriting any of Dimitri's tweets, you know what I mean? Like, and I didn't really have a reason to, you know, I didn't really know the dude like that. And I'm reading the tweets that it said that I favorited from him, and it don't sound right, you know? It just sound weird, you know what I mean? It just don't sound like tweets that I would favorite it. And, you know, they were a little bit suspect. It was saying tweets such as that I'm his best friend, and that I mean a lot to him and stuff like that. And I began to put the two and two together, and I began to realize that Gigi is Dimitri. Yeah, I got catfished by a whole entire nigga. Now, the first 5 to 10 minutes of realizing that I got catfished by a whole nigga, I ain't gonna lie, I was kind of disgusted. I was flirting with a whole dude, like a whole dude tricked me into thinking that this was a girl and I was flirting with this person. I'm thinking to myself like, yo, that's how the fuck that he seen my dick pic. Like, this whole entire time I was messaging him, and I was just like, wow, you know, that's crazy. And then, you know, after those 10 minutes, I honestly got over it. You know, I just got done dealing with a life-threatening health situation, so I was just like, you know, so much bullshit has happened since that you know, being catfished by a dude was the least of my worries. You know, at the time, I'm worried about, you know, recovering so I could get back on my feet and drive my car and go working again. But if I did find out back then, back when I still lived in Avon Park, and back when I used to still see him actively every now and then, I don't know what I'd do. I can't even guarantee that I'd be a free man right now, you know? I'm just being honest with you. But I mean, I found out 3 years later, and you know, I just don't have any reason to really be mad about the situation. I thought it was a chick. Like, what, you know, what am I gonna do? You know what I mean? But yeah, after that situation, it just like really opened my eyes, because I thought to myself, you know, I've always had the impression that if somebody was to do that to me, that it probably was just some ugly girl or something, or some girl that really wasn't, you know, that attractive. But to know that it was a whole nigga, that, you know, that was catfishing me, it just really opened my eyes like, whoa, like, that's fucking crazy. You know, because I never expected something like that. But ever since then, like, I became a pro at spotting a catfish. You feel me? If I think you a catfish, I legit tell that girl or dude, hopefully not, you need to take a picture with you touching your nose. And usually if it's a catfish, they get real defensive and then they just block me off of everything. And then the people that are real and that are real people, they're usually a sport about it. And you know, they end up doing it for me. So that's pretty dope. And I recommend y'all do it too. You know, if y'all think somebody's a catfish, you go ahead and tell them to take a picture with them touching their nose. Y'all probably looking at me like I'm a dumbass or something, or like I'm weird for asking that, but shoot, hey, you'll learn your lesson when you know, you get catfished by a whole nigga. You know, given that you're a dude, you know, you get catfished by a whole dude that you thought was a girl. Then you gonna be like, man, I wish I listened to Pitta to ask for a picture of the girl touching her nose. You feel me? If I ever did come across the guy again, I definitely would tell him that I know what you did, and what you did was real fucked up. You know what I mean? But, you know, I'm over it. I've been through so much since that situation, and I'm not really mad about it anymore. I'll just move on and just never talk to you again. But that's the story about how I got catfished by a whole nigga. You feel me? One thing I gotta say though, one thing that I do have to question though is them phone calls, because I know for a fact that I was talking to a whole chick, bruh. I know that I was talking to a chick, bruh. There must have been some girl that was working with him, to talk on the phone with me or something like that. And it does make sense because I wasn't able to talk to Gigi all the time. I could count on one finger how many times I talked to Gigi. So maybe, whenever this girl came over to the house, he would get the girl, to talk, get the girl to talk to me on the phone or something like that. Hopefully I was talking to a girl, bro. Hopefully, man, because I used to be getting a little explicit in them phone calls, man. What's up, y'all? So I'm actually currently editing the video right now, but I just wanted to throw something out there before the video wraps up. So I went back on Facebook, because I wanted to unblock the guy that catfished me, because I wanted to look back at the Facebook messages that he sent me. It's my first time looking back at the messages since 2013. And just looking at those messages, it just puts everything into perspective. Like, the truth was in the pudding the whole entire time, from the things he was telling me when I was talking about Gigi, aka him. It's crazy how I wasn't able to spot it, but I was just a naive 18 and 19-year-old, you know what I mean? I couldn't even tell. I don't know if I'm gonna post some of the Facebook messages, because it's just so downright embarrassing, bro. Like, it was just so obvious, but it is what it is. I just wanted to throw that out there real quick. But yeah, we're actually gonna go back in time so I can finish up this video for y'all. But yeah, that's the story about how I got catfished. I got catfished by a whole nigga. Pretty embarrassing, but it is what it is. Y'all can laugh at me or whatever. Y'all are free to laugh at me, That's pretty much why I made this video, so y'all can pretty much laugh at me. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe on the video, and I'll catch you guys later. Take it easy. An empty glass, reflecting that's a truth. It's telling words not to be told. I need